Yep.
Well, Jules, back in the squad this weekend, and you come back into a side that's not only buzzing with form, but with plenty to play for.
Yeah, look, it's great to be back. I can't wait to get out there with a good mix of guys out there. Obviously, the weekend's result was very positive with the performance against Wasps at home. It's now about keeping that momentum going forward and putting in a decent result again this weekend.
Rob often talks about staying in the fight, and that's what you're doing in competitions. You're staying in that fight and going right to the end. Yeah,
despite how I suppose performances go, it's one of the core values, I suppose, of the Exeter Chiefs is making sure that we're in the fight from the offset and making sure that we put in performances that we're proud of.
Since you've been here, you've played probably more rugby than not, but it's never easy when you're injured. Tough times, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's my first sort of serious injury that I've had in my career, so yeah, touch wood, exactly that. So it was sort of a weird place for me to be in, but in that sense, I had 12 good weeks to recover, recuperate, work on a few deficits in my own body, but feeling good in my own self now.
And when you come back into a side, you're going to be seen as one of the senior leaders this weekend, but you're coming back into a side that also has a lot of youth, and I know you've spoken in the past about the talent that's here, and we're seeing that in this competition.
Yeah, look, there's a good mixture amongst the guys. You've got guys who I'll be playing around. We've got Sam Simmons, who has played absolutely fantastic when he's been given the opportunity in the LV Cup on one side, and then you've got Ben White, who's a couple of years older than me on the other. So there's a good mixture of youth and experience there, and for the guys that are coming back from injury, Matt Jess and myself as well. It's about sort of just adding to that, really.
Is it nice that you know what you've got to do? You've got to go to Bristol, you've got to win, and potentially with the bonus point. You don't want to worry too much about the bonus point initially. You've got to win the game first and foremost.
Well, that's exactly right. We're going there to win the match, and if the bonus point comes after that, then we'll see how it all goes.
And obviously it's a shop window for yourself, getting back into Rob's thinking for what is going to be a huge premiership block coming up now as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. Obviously with the Six Nations, it's an important window for us. And then obviously the game against Wasps at home is going to be a big occasion for everyone. So for me personally, it's about putting in a decent performance this week, so give myself all the best opportunity for next week.
Whilst you've been out, you've obviously been working very hard down the road at Plymouth, helping with their coaching. How important is that to you in your next stage of your career potentially?
Yeah, look, I'm doing my level 3 coaching at the moment, so it's important for my development, and just being able to go down there on a weekly basis, add my input where I can, and just help those guys along has been extremely important, and it's something that I see that I could push forward to in the future.
And you've got a few familiar faces down there, some of the Chiefs boys down there. It's nice probably for you that you suddenly don't become their teammate, you become a coach of them, and you're helping their development a little bit more.
Yeah, you have to take, I suppose, a slight step back there. You go from being mates to then sort of, well, you've got to listen to me now and do what I say. But we have good chats around that in regards to that. So, look, it's been good in terms of just being on the other side of the fence and just seeing it from a coaching point of view and just seeing how the game works and understanding that side of things. So I've been really happy with how the guys down there have been going.
And finally from me, that when you injured yourself, the Chiefs necessarily weren't in the best of form, but since then, in the time you've been out, they've really found the form of last season. You know what I mean? They've rediscovered the form of last season.
Yeah, no, definitely, exactly that. Coinciding with, I suppose, me not playing anymore. No, they have been. We've put together some very decent performances. So I mean, it's all about hopefully getting back in there and continuing that run now. Cheers, mate.